Hello, everybody. Welcome to Upland Inside the Game. My name is Blood Spirit. I am your host, and today I'm going to talk to you about Spark and what Spark actually is. There is a little bit of confusion about Spark, so I'm just going to go ahead and start this off by showing you what you can do. I picked this property right here. It hasn't been building for a long time, as you can see. It is going to take 523 days and 11 hours to build it. And I'm going to go ahead and start right away because there's some things that has happened here. So I'm going to add 0.01 of my spark and I'm going to apply. Okay, so I didn't want to pick a building and add too much because people may be in here being paid. You can make some upics on your spark by go ahead and adding, working with people, seeing if they want to rent your spark so that you will stake it on there. The best way that I could describe, first let me show you this. If you go on here and click on it, it gives you a little pop-up that says everything has to be confirmed on the blockchain before you can remove your spark. So I just wanted to show you that. It does take a little bit of time before you can remove it, but we're going to do this all in real time. The best way that I can describe it is it's a building block. So like maybe a crane that's building the building, a construction company that's building this building for it. That's what your spark represents. You are constructing this thing with your spark. As you can see, when I added that spark, now the time went down. If you remember, it was, well, I will show you once it hits the blockchain. The time went from, what was it, 523 days. It will now go down a little bit. So let me go into here on my profile. I have 0.22 spark. I have one that is staked, or 0.01 that is staked, which I have a remaining of 0.21 that I can use. So I am using one spark to help build this guy up. Like I said, there's people that you can go on to Discord that will rent your spark. Here's the pros and cons with it. The pros are you can use your stuff, you can make some extra upics to help build somebody's building for them, and they will in return pay you like a construction company. Here's the con. There is no actual bank yet, no foundation yet that would secure that money or secure that upics that will allow a fair trade. It's going to have to be on the trust system right now. So any red flags, I wouldn't use it. I've had a couple people that I'm trying to deal with, just red flags all over the place. They might have been fair, straight people. I don't know, but there was just things that led me to believe that I don't really necessarily want to deal with these people in this just yet until I find out a little bit more about them. But then on the flip side, my spark has been sitting here not doing anything because I haven't invested in anybody. But the biggest question they had is that I have had and other people have had is, can you remove your spark? Once it gets on the blockchain and that thing is gone, yes, you will be able to remove your spark from that building. So you're not going to lose your spark. It's not like you're adding the spark to the building and once the building's done, the spark is gone. No, you'll be able to get it back. So it's a free token that you can earn in the game that you'll never lose. You'll always have it. Unlike upics, you can use upics on certain things and you don't get it back. You do have value for it, but you don't get it back. So like I said, spark is a double-edged sword. You can use it to help people, but there's no guarantee that person will pay you. Unless you get money up front, which is kind of hard to do at that point. I have found very few people that are willing to do that. So I'm just going to recommend, if you do get the money up front to do that, honor the deal, please. Come on, people. And if you are using somebody's spark to help build a building, pay them for what you've agreed upon, and put the agreements up front. There's some scamming going on, but let me tell you about that. That is going to come back to bite you hardcore, because some of the buildings that are being built in the future and what is being talked about, you are absolutely going to have people to work with, and your name's going to get out there if you're a cheater or a scammer. You don't want it. It's one reason why when I discovered that I gave some misleading information in one of my other videos, I took that video down. And the reason why is because, for one, I don't want to give any misleading information. It's just who I am, for one. And for two, I'm going to need to work with people. I don't want Blood Spirit's name. And almost every game I play, I go by the name Blood Spirit, have for about 20 years now. But I don't want that name ever being ran through the dirt, ever being trashed. And so no matter what game I play, I like to work with people. I like to come together as a community in these games and make things happen. And I don't want the Blood Spirit name totally destroyed. But anyways, getting back to it. So as you go up here, hopefully it's on the blockchain now. There it is. It went from 523 days and 11 hours, I believe, to 510 days by adding just 0.1 and 16 hours. I'm going to remove this because I don't know. Go ahead and show you how to remove it for one. I'm going to actually just pull all my staked spark as the button I'm going to hit. I don't know if there's other people in here working on this property, and by me doing that, it might have cause them to not make as much money on their spark. I don't think that's the case. It's not growing very fast, so there's not a whole lot of people, I don't think, doing that, so that's why I picked that property. But there it is. That's how you can use your spark to get some extra upics in the game that you can help build your overall portfolio. And it's also a little bit of proof right there that once you put a spark into a building, you can remove it. You do not lose it. So those misconceptions that you would lose your spark by adding to a building, they're all gone. You've seen it for yourself right here. My name is Blood Spirit. Thank you for tuning into my show today, and I'll see you on the next video.